Hello everyone, we are Team DefenseMekanism, here to showcase to you our completed tower defense game for Milestone 3 called RobotInvazion. We hope you enjoy it. When a player launches our game, he will be presented with this main menu screen. A player can choose to play a new game, load a level, or exit the game. There's also a How to Play button to give some basic instructions on how the game is to be played. Let us begin. A player will be able to play up to 3 levels: easy, medium, and hard. Each level needs to be completed first before being able to proceed to the next level. All our maps are decorated to give the impression of the difficulty of the level. Let's start playing our game using the medium level as our demonstration. Enemies come in waves at a regular interval as shown at the bottom right. These enemies travel from the green spawn point to the red endpoint. The amount of money which the player has is shown on the bottom left. Whenever the player manages to kill an enemy, he is rewarded with more money to purchase more towers. These turrets can then be placed on the various placeable nodes on the game screen. If the player does not have enough money, he will not be allowed to purchase the turret. On the right of the screen, we have 3 colored buttons which are used for the game gimmicks. The first gimmick is the airstrike, which damages all enemies on the screen by a certain amount. The second gimmick is called Kill 1, which eliminates one random enemy on the game scene. And finally, we have the Slow All gimmick, which reduces the movement speed of all enemies on the game screen. When a gimmick is used, it will be put on a cooldown before it can be used again. We have 4 different turrets that can be purchased from the shop: the normal turret, the missile launcher, the laser beam, and the aerial attack unit. The normal turret attacks individual enemies, whereas the missile launcher attacks enemies in an area. The laser beam shoots out a beam that slowly damages enemies and slows them down, whereas the aerial attack units only hit spaceships.
We have 5 different types of enemies. They are the normal robots, speedsters, tanks, healers, and spaceships. Healers will be able to heal nearby enemies and will produce a green particle animation to show that the enemy has been healed. On the other hand, spaceships cannot be targeted by ground turrets. They can only be killed by the aerial attack unit. Whenever the player decides to pause the game, he can push the escape button or click on the top right pause button to pause the game. He can then resume the game, restart the level, or quit the game. The player starts with 15 lives, and every time the enemy passes into the red threshold, a certain amount of lives will be deducted. The amount of lives left for the ending point is displayed as a health bar icon above the red cube. To improve the user experience, we have included various sounds to indicate to the user when something has been completed by the game logic. For example, if the player constructs a tower, a building sound will be played. The player wins the game when he finishes all the waves without reaching 0 lives. He is then presented with the option to proceed to the next level, replay the level, or quit the game to go back to the main menu. If the player does reach 0 lives throughout the game, he loses the stage and is presented with options to restart the level or quit the level. When the player completes all 3 levels, he will be presented with this congratulations screen. He can then quit the game or return to the main menu. Robot Invasion is a simple tower defense game, and we hope our game would interest you to try it. Thank you for watching our video.